and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now when you read the whole chapter, these curses really encompasses the whole 12 tribes. But we're going to pull out what happened to the darker tribes like Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. How did they get here to the Americas? How did Benjamin get to the West Indians of Trinidad and in Jamaica and the West Indies? How did the tribe of Levi get into Haiti? How did the Negroes get to the Americas? Yes. And there was a high percentage of Judah that also was taken into Brazil. Just a small percentage went into Brazil, but Judah is down there too. Some of them. Let's read the prophecy of them coming over here in cargo slave ships. Read the 68th verse.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships. With ships. The only people that went into slavery with cargo slave ships is the Negroes here in America. The Negroes that were taken, the black people that were taken to Haiti, and those that were taken to the West Indies. I will bring you into Egypt a second time with ships. Now mind you, that word Egypt only means bondage. That original land mass was Montezorium or Mizraim. Okay, Mizraim. So it was called Egypt by the Greeks. They seen the Great Pyramids and say, listen, this place must have been built with hard bondage. So they called it Egypt, which means bondage. So the Lord shall bring thee into bondage a second time with what?
With ships.
Further proof that that word means bondage. Hold it and get Exodus 13 and 3. Hold what you have, and we're going to get Exodus 13 and 3 to show you that that bondage, that Egypt means bondage. Make sure you hold your place, okay? Exodus 13 and 3 to prove that point. Read that.
And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt out of the house of bondage.
Out of the what?
Out of the house of bondage.
Egypt means the house of bondage. Now go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Read that.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He shall bring you into the house of bondage again with ships. There's no place in biblical history showing Israel going back to physical Egypt. That's talking about a condition. A condition. You shall go into Egypt a second time with what?
With ships.
With ships. This place we're in is spiritual Egypt. So these people that took over this land used the same children of Israel that built ancient Egypt to build modern or spiritual Egypt. Alright? Hold that. Further proof before we go there, go to Revelations 11 and 8. Revelations 11 and 8. Read that.
And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great city.
So they're going to be in a dead state, which we are in. Go ahead.
Which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
It's spiritually, this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Sodom, because the same sodomy is going on that went down in ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. So is this physically Sodom and Gomorrah? No. But the same homosexual lifestyle is being practiced that was practiced in ancient Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's spiritually Sodom. Why do the Bible call this place spiritual Egypt? Because the same people that served in ancient Egypt is serving here. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68 again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With ships. Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spoke unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And to let you know that this is the last captivity for the children of Israel. After this captivity, Israel will not see slavery ever again. Israel was in slavery in Babylon, in ancient Egypt, Babylon, the Assyrians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, all the nations enslaved Israel, up until America today. You even have the Asians have took over some of Israel. And we're going to go into that in the South Pacifics. All the nations have taken advantage of the children of